Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the world and to another funky fold. And today I've chosen to do a box card that doesn't take any adhesive to assemble and doesn't have any ink on it. And so it's got this cute little belly band and the box opens up like that. And inside, there's a little card here that you can write your "To You, love from me" on. And then that can pop back in, fold down, pop the belly band back on again. And this will actually go in the post in a regular size envelope. And so it shouldn't need any additional postage. So I'm going to do my next one in different set of paper and some different colors just to sort of bring the changes. So to start with, you're going to need a piece of either thin card or decorative paper. So this is a Stampin' Up paper and it's from the Winter Meadow pack. And this is the same size as a piece of card would be here in the US, 11 by 8.5. And we're going to start by scoring. And so on the short side, we're going to score at 2 1/8. And get my cutting blade out the way. I'm going to come out a bit so that you can see. There you go. So I'm going to score there, and then I'm going to score at 6 3/8. So 6 3/8 falls on that gap. So I always turn mine around and do 2 1/8 again. So that's how I work it anyway. There we go. And I'm not pressing very hard on there. You should just be able to see the score lines. And then on this side, we're going to score 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and 3 3/8. 3 3/8. And then we're going to flip it round and repeat. Now, you don't have to worry about remembering all these measurements, because if you follow the link directly below the video, it will take you to my blog post that has all the information on supplies and measurements and stuff there. So we're good to go on there. And now we're going to put in our fold lines. And it would be good to have a bone folder handy. So there we are. So we're going to put in our fold lines. Now, the reason that you want to use thinner paper or thinner cardstock or sort of a paper of this weight is because we've got some quite detailed folding that we have to do, and so with real heavy duty paper, it's a bit on the tricky side. So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to put this piece like that, and we're going to have this piece like that, and we're going to get the paper snips. And we're just going to take a little bit of this paper off, just so that it's not quite so bulky when we come to finish the assembly. And to be honest with you, it also looks nicer. It just a weeny bit on a neater size. So, as I say, we're just taking a sliver off of each of those. And then we're going to put in our folds. And so we're going to bring this up to there and put in our folds. And then this one is going to go to there. And again, put in nice crisp folds, because it will make it easier to do the next step. Then what we're going to do on both sides, and I'm going to come in a bit closer now because we're not dealing with such big paper. We're going to take this corner and we're going to fold it down so that it lines up with that bottom piece, and being very careful not to crack or tear the paper. And this is why we have to be, you know, you need to use a lighter weight paper, because it's just, you just need to persuade it to do its thing like that. And now I'm just going to flip it round and do it again. So just bring it down, line up that bottom bit, get that corner in a good place, get that and the bone folder there, like that, and then repeat on the other side. Now I also found it's better to choose a paper, if you're going to use decorative paper, that doesn't have a direction. I just found that, you know, I was happier with the finished result, because I wasn't getting things upside down. Oh. So you just need to have a bit of strength in your fingers. There, I think. There. So this paper I used, you can see there's no direction. There's just leaves going all over the place. And then on the other side, it's a plain paper. So it was easy to it was easier to use. So now we've got these pieces like that. I'm going to unfold it like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this corner and we're going to turn it round and under so that it is behind this piece. So we do it again on the other side, and then you're just going to flip that over like that. And with all paper, you just have to persuade it that that's the way it wants to go, because we've got quite a few thicknesses of paper there. So I'm just going to put my fold in. So I'll show you again. So make sure that this piece is sitting sort of upright. You're going to take this corner, turn it inside out, bring it round the back like that, and so it sits like that. So I'm going to take this corner again, turn it round the back, and then flip this over. As I say, you just need to give it a little bit of persuasion and ease it over with your thumb. There we go. Get that in like that. Okay, so then we've got our piece here. So there's our box. I should have said that, shouldn't I? There's our box, and it stays like that without the need for any adhesive. So that is cute. Cute idea. Okay, so we're going to do our 2 you love from me. So on this one, I use the gold trim. And so on this one, I'm going to use the silver trim. So you get a packet. Oh, it looks like I tied a bow at some point there. We'll use that in a minute. You get both in one packet. So we're actually using both on this project. So I'm going to make my little pulley tab. So we're just going to take that and we're going to get some sort of adhesive sticky tape stuff. And I'm going to pop that there and give that a really good firm press with my bone folder there so that it's well stuck on there. And then we can go ahead and add some adhesive. Now on my green and gold one, I cut out some of the papers, the images from the paper. On this one, what I could do, although I have just stuck it down, which was not too smart, is here. Let's just put a little bit of this along the bottom. So we just snip a bit off and just add some, just to give a little bit of, now you could stamp on there, but I just wanted to make this card without any ink or anything. We're just going to use the paper, and for the actual box we've not used any adhesive at all. Just used a bit of adhesive on the inside piece. So there's your To You Love from me going in there. There we go. And now we're going to persuade it to go down. So we're just going to use the corners like that. Just pop those, pinch those in place like that. And this might again take a little bit of persuading. Ooh, or not. This one, I think this paper is slightly thinner than the gold paper. I made the other one out. The other one, I really had to do some very gentle persuading to get it to go flat. And then we can pop that fold in, and that fold, and that fold. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. So I put a little belly band on this one, so I'm gonna. This is some of the decorative paper, but it's not as. It's more picking out this colour than the other. So I'm gonna wrap that round, and then just line up my sides and pinch. You could measure and score, but I'm not going to do that, because it's just as easy to line it up and pinch. And what if it's between like a 16th and a 16th? That's hard to score. So that's why I like to just do my pinching. So let's pop that like that and that like that. And we're just going to trim that a little bit just to have a bit of a overlap. And then we can put some tape on. So rather than guess where the tape will go, how far this crossover is, I like to put a piece on the tip of one side like that, and then a piece on the tip of this side. So when they overlap, you'll see, let me just line this up, you'll see that it'll just have a piece holding that in place and a piece of that hold in place. Now you'll see that I did tear that a little bit on the long side. So what I'm going to do is, rather than trim it off and make my scissors all gucky, I'm going to use my tool and I'm just going to flip that back on itself like that. And this one is not so bad. I was a bit more accurate, but there's still a bit hanging over, so I'm just going to flip it back, and that way. And I don't want to do this ever so tight because it make it difficult. So there's my sticky that side, so this bit's got to go down first. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of slack and just line those pieces up. Press firmly, like that. Now, you could decorate this. It did strike me on this one, I could have done some silver embossing, but this is all about the fold. So I could do some silver embossing there, and that would look quite pretty against that blue. I've pre-cut some pieces using the same dies, the golden greenery dies that I used for this one. And I'm going to start by cutting a small circle. This is 1 1/4, not that it makes any difference. You know, that's the size of the punch I had handy. And we're going to put a few dimensionals along the back. And again, I'm putting them on the smaller piece because then, and in a line, because then I know that they're not going to go off of the belly band and stick to my card. So there's that. Oops. Right, so we're going to center that up, and then that will hide my join. And then we could put this there, and then maybe one of those. I did cut 2, maybe I could put 1 behind, like that, and 1 down low. So I think, let's bring it back into and move it in a little bit more. So these are my yummy scraps. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. So let's see. We can put, if we just put a little bit of adhesive here. And you could just stick that there. And then we'll put this one down. So I'm going to put adhesive behind those 2. Like that. Now, do I need this? Well, maybe I will just, because it's cut, I might as well use it. And then we'll stick that there. And you saw I had this cute little bow that was, I tied the bow on this roll of silver, because I always tie from the bolt. I never cut a piece of ribbon and then tie a bow, because otherwise I find I waste it. So I have to trim it off afterwards. So if we just add a bow. Maybe that didn't stick. I know what we're going to do. We're going to use a glue dot for this, because I think asking that liquid adhesive to stick on that silver foil is probably asking a bit too much of it. So we have that going outside a bit, and then we have that over there like that. And I mean, we could, I didn't on this one, but we could put a couple of, or a few, rather, because I put some decoration on these panels here. Maybe just, I can put some Put some rhinestones here. There we go. So there's my funky fold for today. Just to give you a little tip is to just put your thumb there, and you can then slide it off and on. So where we have our funky folds, a box card without any ink, without any adhesive to assemble the card itself. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, perhaps you'll go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I certainly appreciate any comments or questions you have. And again, as always, I'd like to thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. And I will look forward to you next time. Bye-bye for now.